Hey, man, I really wish there are several questions I still want to unpack, but I know we're running out of time here on the
You can
show.
text them later.
I can text him later and we'll have conversations. I mean, we didn't even get to the calling piece, the vocation piece, none of that. But I think, I know that we're pressed for time and you have another engagement that you got to get to, but we do want to ask one final question. It's a final question we ask every guest on the show. And so we were going to ask you, what is one thing that you learned in college that did not take place in the classroom?
Well, I'm probably an unorthodox guest in this sense because I actually gave my first sermon in third grade, started traveling and speaking at 16, and became a pastor, a teaching pastor, when I was a senior in high school. So I just kind of went, like, even as a high schooler, I became a minister. So I actually didn't attend university. I didn't attend college. I more followed my curiosity and the reading of books. But what I've actually found, and I'm very zealous about this with like the reforming of the educational system, is more and more to follow your curiosity. Like, that is so huge. If it's just part of a curriculum to read a certain amount of books, that I didn't like to read very much in middle school or anything. It was when I started to read on my own, following my curiosity, that like, okay, I like Lord of the Rings, the movie. I want to read the book. Lord of the Rings leads me to C.S. Lewis because I know that Tolkien and Lewis were friends. Lewis says his master is George MacDonald, who came out in the 1800s. And George MacDonald, I found out, influences G.K. Chesterton. Okay, so now I'm in the early 20th century, and Chesterton is quoting H.G. Wells. So I read about H.G. Wells, who invents The Martian. And then you start to like make all these connections, and you it's pretty crazy. Like when you follow your curiosity, it's an endless well. And then you find out, oh, okay, wait, these guys were speaking at the same time that Emerson was writing about German idealism that he got from Europe. And that's all I want to read about Emerson. And then you're just off to the races. So I think the thing that I learned outside of school is that when you follow your curiosity, you'll actually learn a whole lot more than if stuff is like legalistically shoved down your throat. And I know that, I know that school is school, don't get me wrong, but I just think there is power in following your curiosity, even if it feels like